juicy, guys. So today I am here with a discussion video, and I want to talk particularly about the Slutbox. So for those of you who haven't heard, Amber Rose has created a monthly subscription of a Slutbox. What is included in this, we don't know. We don't know what's included in this. If you know or already received your box, then comment and let me know, because right now everybody is pretty much making assumptions. People think that it is like sex toys, sex lotion, sex oils, anything sexual related. And I've also heard like makeup and, that kind of stuff, maybe. But we don't know for a fact. We don't know 100% what is in this box. So if you already have a box and it came, let me know what is included in this box. But I am not for this whole like slut movement thing. I don't understand what's her purpose. I know that she wants to prevent slut shaming, and I seen like this whole slut box thing on Facebook. That's how I found out. And it was like all these comments where everyone is literally talking about they're not getting this because nobody wants a slut box delivered to their house. What if mom and your babysitter or grandma or somebody seen this box that said slut box? Then people going to look at you like, what if it's accidentally delivered to your neighbor's house and they come knocking on your door? Yeah, this slut box was delivered to our house, but it's addressed to you, and it's gonna make people think differently about you. Like, oh, okay, like you're out there, like you're one of those, you a freak, you wild, huh? And I don't support this movement at all. People trying to find all these excuses to make it okay for this movement to be acceptable. They're saying that Amber Rose, her whole reason for doing this is to prevent slut shaming, and that women should be able to wear whatever it is that they want to wear. They can dress sexy if they want to. Not just because you're a mom, you can't dress sexy. And that's not the thing. Like, nobody's saying because you're a mom, you can't be sexy and feel sexy and dress sexy. That's fine. Like, you do what you do. I do agree. Like, we should be able to wear whatever we want to wear. It's our bodies, it's our look, it's our clothes, our money spent. We should do whatever we want. But at the same time, you being a mother and you walking around in public dressing like a freaking prostitute is not a good look. You're basically teaching your child it's okay to dress like that and look a certain way. And so, like, what if, for instance, like, let's say Amber had a daughter and her daughter was like 10 years old or whatever, and her daughter goes to school wearing a bustier, a jean jacket, and some booty shorts. Guess what's going to happen? The school administration is going to call and say, hey, your daughter is dressed inappropriately. She needs to go home. And then what are you going to say? Like, what is your response going to be? Your response going to be, oh, well, why did you dress like that to school? You know better. You're going to be mad at that child. That child going to get in trouble, You're not going to be, oh, like, it's okay, she should be able to dress the way she wants to and blah, blah, blah. She's just expressing herself. You're going to be mad. You're going to be mad that your daughter is dressed like a freaking hooker at school, okay? And she's going to get in trouble. And you ask her, why did you dress like that? And she goes, well, Mom, you dress like that all the time. Then what's your response going to be? Well, I'm grown, sweetheart. I could wear this and that, blah, blah, blah. Like, that's not an excuse, because the way you carry yourself, your child is looking up to you. And she's going to be like, oh, well, my mom does this, so I'm going to do that too. Like, it's okay because mommy's doing it. She's a reflection of you. So by you dressing and putting yourself out there a certain way, it's telling her that it's okay to be that certain way. Like, to dress like that. What? I don't understand. You can't make excuses. The reason that we have to dress a certain way when we go to school or to public is because, one, like, if we're dressing like a freaking hooker when we go to school or we go to work, then it's going to draw all this unnecessary attention. You're being put in a position where you could be sexually harassed. Somebody grabbing on your booty, people treating you a certain way, talking stuff about you, expecting you to do certain things because of the way that you carry yourself. And then when you're in school, there's a bunch of teenage boys or college boys, and you're dressing like a hooker. They're looking at you, and you're distracting them from actually learning. Just like at work, you're distracting those men at work for focusing on their job. You know, that's why when you go on job interviews, like, they want you to dress professional. You're not going to go in no mini skirt and like a crop top and stuff like that to a job interview for a reason, because you want a job. And if you go there looking like that, then they're going to look at you and they're not going to hire you, because they don't want anybody to represent their company in a negative term. They don't want to hire somebody whose vagina is floating around the internet. Because I don't understand why the heck she uploaded that picture of her bush. Like, what was your purpose? Like, you know, like, are you trying to get extra attention? It's not helping your business and your movement. It's not at all. You have celebrities out here that's telling you, and they're men telling you, your movement is promoting being a slut. That's how they feel. That's all they see. Yeah, they may want to go ahead and tap it because you got a nice ass and you got some nice titties or whatever. They want to see that. Like, they want to see that. They want to, you know, do that. But they don't want their daughters going around dressing like that. They don't want their daughters to look up to you and they say, oh, like, you know, Amber Rose, she did this and she did that, blah, blah, blah. So I'm doing it too, you know, because there's people that look up to these celebrities. There's celebrities, men literally telling you that what you're doing, they feel like it is no purpose whatsoever. That thoughts are just, you know, trying to find every excuse in the world to make it seem like it's okay for them to look and present themselves a certain way. Like, they're trying to change the whole world to make what they're doing acceptable. I'm sorry, I'm walking down the street, I don't want to see ass and titties out like that. And I actually did see it. Actually, the day of Amber Rose Slutwalk back in October, I was walking to the train station past like the Persian Square, because I was going to the Persian Square train station. And so there's this mini little park area called Persian Square. And that's where she was holding the event. And all these people was there. And I happened to run into this girl who had some booty shorts on. She didn't have no shirt on. What she did was she had some little flowers covering her areola. I don't want to be walking down the street and see that. If I had children, I wouldn't want to be walking down the street and have my child see that. Because that is not okay. That is not acceptable. You know, I feel like if you carry yourself that way, then you know the attention that is going to come your direction. You know you're going to be treated a certain way. You know you're going to be talked about a certain way. So how is that okay? It's not going to change the way people think. It's not going to change the world, you know. You might look good for a second and guys like, hey, like, I could tap that, you know. But that's it. They're not about to cuff you. Because in their minds, you're a hoe. Like, you're a slut. So how is that okay to sit here and promote something like that? Like, it's okay to go expose yourself to the world and we're supposed to just accept it because it's what you want to do. You think it's okay. No, it's not, because there's certain things that you should not do. The things that you do as an adult will hinder you in the future. It could prevent you from getting jobs and companies wanting to work with you because you carry yourself and you present yourself in a certain way. It can also hinder your child as well. Then what? Like, then what? What are you going to do? What are you promoting? It's okay to dress a certain way, because guess what? At the end of the day, you dressing like that, these men, they're going to perceive you a certain way, and they're going to think, oh, because she's dressed like that, she's going to give me some head. Like, we're going to fuck. Like, we're going to do all this, that, and the other. It can lead to you possibly being raped. Okay? Being raped. And I'm not even saying like that's okay, and just because you dress like that, that you should get raped. No. but it's leading to people taking advantage of you in that way. You see it all the time in freaking movies where there's a girl and she's just sexy, and then a guy's like, oh, you always be teasing me and this that, and the other, so you about to give me some, and then sit there and rape her. You see it all the freaking time in movies. Because they're going to look and they're going to think, well, you teasing me, you know, you want it. Even if you say no, they're like, girls, stop fighting, girls, stop fighting. You see it all the time in these freaking movies for a reason. So I feel like there's no excuse to sit here and create and, you know, promote a company about being a slut, because all it's doing is making it sound like it's okay to be a slut. You know, it's one thing if it's a woman and she has curves, and you know, it's hard to find clothes out there for people who have curves and, you know, things like that. They shouldn't be slut shamed. But if you're doing it intentionally, you know the attention that you're going to get, and you like that attention. And I just feel like, you know, people are just trying to come together. Like, this whole movement is sluts coming together, trying to justify and try to say like, oh, it's women's right and it's feminism and this, that, and the other. Like, no, it's not. It is not. It reminds me of that Lifetime movie that came out a few years ago, where it was this girl who needed money for college, and so she started doing porn. And so she was trying to keep it secretive because she didn't want nobody to know. She didn't want her parents to find out. And once it became known in her community, then it was like she didn't care. She kept on doing it. She was going on news interviews and radio interviews and stuff like that. And she's just saying like, you know, I'm a big feminist, and like, I feel like women should be able to express themselves and do whatever it is that they want to do with their bodies, and, you know, trying to make it seem like this whole movement, and they're trying to justify what they're doing as being okay and try to throw feminism in it some type of way. That is not feminism. That's not. That's freaking being a hoe. And it's not okay to be a hoe, and tell our children it's okay to be a hoe and to look and dress a certain way. It's not. So I personally just don't understand it. I don't support this movement and the Slutbox. Like, I get you gotta get your money and do whatever it is, you know, and people going to come together and they're going to buy it regardless. But at the end of the day, like, I think this is the dumbest thing ever. It is so annoying to me that these people are really trying to make what they do become acceptable. And it's crazy too, because you want to know the thing too? There are hoes out here that I know strictly who are hoes, and they feel the same way, that this is nothing but creating a bunch of sluts coming together and saying it's okay to be hoes. That is all. Like, I know specifically hoes who said this. So I don't know. I just really do not support like this whole Amber Rose movement. I do like Amber Rose. Like, she's a nice girl. I met her once. She's a nice girl and everything, and she's very pretty. But I just feel like this movement that she created is terrible. It is not benefiting us at all. So I feel like if anything happens, then we will see more people dressing like sluts, if anything. I wouldn't see like any type of change for the better. I would see it for the worse. So I don't know. That's just personally how I feel. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. But you guys let me know in the comments below, what do you think? I'll see you guys in the next video.